Hi, this is Dr. Lokesh Edara. I'm presenting that allergy immunology fellowship need in India. Uh, I've been in practice in USA since 1990 in Battle Creek, Michigan. I have worked as president for Indian Allergy Society. We're also working with government regarding in India. Um, and we requested through Vice Chancellor of NTR University to MCI, and the emergency medicine department was formed, and that was actually breakthrough result, and we're having the emergency medicine residents across the India. So Dr. Kanuga, Jayesh Kanuga, past Indian Allergy Society president, asked me to look into this because he worked many years on this issue. And he even got a diploma in allergy immunology through old MCI, but the new NMC not able to continue the diploma. Let me share the screen and so what is allergy clinical immunology fellowship India? Let's talk about a little bit about history, what exists there. So Indian College of Allergy is established many, many years ago, like 1967. And Vallabhai Patel Chest Institute, many people across India know, well-established, well-respected central institute funded by central government. And they have done a lot of research, identified the pollens and immunotherapy, which currently been using across India. Indian Journal of Allergy, Asthma, Immunology, was established, present since 1997. And I said, Dr. Jayesh Kanuga, with the help of Dr. Rajkumar, he's a pioneer in allergy, and he's currently dean of Vallabhai Patel Chest Institute. They got the approval for 2-year post MBBS, post medical school diploma in 2 years. But NMC board changed by government, so they said they're not going to continue any more diploma. So what is the need for it? What is the situation in the allergy India? Of course, we all know the population is 4 times more than USA, almost 1.4 billion, 20% of global population. And how many pediatrics? It's astonishing because I learned I'm also working on Resuscitation Council and ILCOR International Liaison Committee. And research showed that there are 25 million newborns per year in India versus 3.6 million in USA. 40 to 50% of pediatric asthma cases of the world actually in India. Food allergies itself, there's a study in Karnataka that the sensitization up to 26%, whereas the probable food allergy may be at 2%. And 20 to 30% of the population suffering from allergic rhinitis, and there is significant adverse reactions, and 2 to 5%. There are multiple factors. There's no ownership of the whole disease, like an allergist or immunologist is much needed. Government approved program is needed. So treatment of allergic rhinitis asthma is very suboptimal in significant proportions of cases due to multiple factors. Unaffordability by medication, but a lot of medications are reasonably available in them, especially inhaled steroids, but patients' complaints is low national gross product, GDP, which is improving. Of course, religious beliefs, myth, stigma, lack of allergy specialists, especially ownership. And of course, immunotherapy is there, but access is also issue. And this article has published, and it has significant information on the burden of the allergic disease in India. So there is no doubt we need a ownership. We need somebody who like fellowship done here, like program needed. So government, what is the government means? There are 2 institutions in India. They give authorization, like we have in USA, have ACGME. That's where our residencies fellowship get approval. And LCGME is when USA medical schools get approved. The new National Medical Council, which is board, which has undergrad board, postgrad board, and general secretary, chairman, they approve medical colleges in India, all around 600 something. more than 600 medical colleges. They also work like ACGME. They give approval for post-graduation and super specialties fellowships too. There's a second board called National Board of Examination in Medical Sciences called NBEMS. This authority, they will give approval for post-graduation, not MBBS, postgraduates, PGs, they call DNB or fellowship in national boards or 3 years super specialty. So these are established in government, mostly private high institutions like Apollo or corporate sectors, and also now in the government and hospitals too, they're approved. The Dr. Rajkumar sir, their institute applied for 2 years diploma in post MBBS in allergy immunology, and NBM replied. I'm going to share the letter in next slide. The main important mention. What did they say? Is the 2 years fellowship allergy clinical immunology course at PG level. That means after pediatrics or after general medicine, after pulmonary, which can be started at several places all across the country. So with the detail, and also they request detailed justifications to start the course. So they really kind of given a green signal, please come and apply and we will look into that. And they given a suggestion. And this is the letter which is may not be clear. And this is the letter which was shared to us from national boards to the Indian College of Allergy, Asthma, Applied Immunology, which is based in VP Chest Institution. So what are the currently existing courses? There are blended courses in India, which are like a certification courses. Indian College of Allergy has a course. Dr. P.K. Vedantan, who is a senior allergist in the USA, and he's actually the one who started our Indian Allergy Society from Denver, Colorado, working internationally, not just India, across many countries. And with his International Asthma Service, Colorado, with several hospitals, I think to mention Gangaram Hospital, big private hospital in New Delhi, CMC Vellore is a very well established medical school back in Tamil Nadu. And few other, they have been 1 year blended course. And there's a fellowship just started by Bangalore Allergy Society, by affiliated with Rajiv Gandhi University in Karnataka. The fellowship is called Allergy and Allergic Specific Immunotherapy. But none of them approved by either NMC or NBME. By approved program, they have to publish, they have to go approved degree, and they committed to the field. Because other specialists, they are just part-time, they're not doing full-time, they just do smaller part of the allergies, not committed. So why we needed government training, structured training and degree of by approved institution, like we have our fellowship in USA and commitment to specific field. So we all committed to all our lives to specific allergy field, publications, research in allergy immunology, especially by AIMS. There are 20 different AIMS institutions. If they have allergy immunology fellowships or some kind of specialty program, they can produce very both research publications and also it's continuous credible education to patients, health faculty is very important. That's what need. And years of training, we wanted to explain we have very simple way in USA. We do our residencies and we give adult and pediatrics, do a fellowship, and then we go and practice. This is just 3 + 2, 5 years. But in India, you have if you the post-MD 2-year fellowship, that's what national boards approved. Everyone agrees this is the best approach because like in America, everyone agrees. I think we're requesting all the private hospital to start. But there's an issue in the funding. In the government sector, fellowship by central government, state governments not providing funding for fellows. That's big issues. But fellowship can only be developed in corporate institutions like Apollo, Gangaram, and other higher institutions, bigger corporate institutions. To develop course in government institutions, there are 50% of medical schools in government, and education, especially postgraduate education, is not funded like for us in the USA is funded by the federal government. So they're requesting after MBBS, like MD, DNB, 3 years in allergy immunology. Like we have in USA, we have neurology 4 years fellowship after medical school direct program. Like a dermatology, that's what that will work for them funding. 3 years in, that's also another option they're requesting the government. So can we? So there's no issue about 2 years fellowship after general MD. So can we just let's shed some light in India? Is any other specialty programs which have different training? I mean, for example, pulmonary medicine, which is it was started because TB is significant. They said this, I mean, the Vallabhbhai Chest Institute started. Then every state have chest institutions, and they want to address the issue of TB chest. So they created a 2 years diploma course after medical school, or a 3 years MD course. So every medical school have mandatory department. Actually, it's a very successful model in the developing country, not to have longer specialization course. So they have post MBBS, they have 3 years of MD or DNB course and 2 years of diploma courses. And even they have a fellowship. I mean, they have 3 years of DEAM in pulmonary in like AIMS and higher institutions. So the same pulmonary can be 2 years course after medical school, 3 years course, or otherwise total 6 years, that including the 3 years of MD and 3 years of super specialties. So that is currently existing in the chest disease. And also there is clinical length of the residency program is 3 years versus, like, for example, surgery is 3 years in India, here is 5 years, orthopedics 3 and here 5. So there's so many, there is some years of training differences. So what can we do because it looks like we're going to lobbying, we're going to advocacy, we're talking to doctors in India and the NMC and MES. One of the programs what we can do. Now with India being digitally well connected, we can have like our American Board of Allergy Immunology MARC program. Topics in allergy, each chapter we can do, there's a lecture, then we can have questions and answers, and the student fellow can directly take the questions, examination, and they can be published. I mean, the results can be shared to the program director. So we can continuously give guest lectures to them and a platform, and taking help from the publications, because we're leaving the almost 1.4 billion people, and significant and so much research to be published, and so much biologicals which are just started using, such as Zollite. So there's so much cross culture we can learn. Our fellows can go to the program, they can come and rotate through our fellowship program as internal. So there's a lot more academics we can exchange. So thank you so much. This is just a small research that I did last few months. I wanted to present. We have done also some curriculum. What are the frequent questions on these 3 years allergy, and what are the curriculum according what they need. Take the American Board of Allergy, and also we have done the initial curriculum for 3 years program and shared with them. They have to finalize them in India, and they have to submit to the institute, MCI or NMC or National Board of Medical Sciences, and we are just behind, and we're there as liaison and advocacy. Thank you so much.